Dry ice, if mishandled, can damage your skin. Okay?
Whoa. Does this help? Oh.
Alright. Now, dry ice. The reason I'm using it for a demonstration here is because dry ice and the way it works, it doesn't melt the way regular ice does. It goes through something called sublimation. And you think that's amusing, but it's actually exactly why I got it. Because it takes the way it sublimates, the way it goes from a solid to a gas, actually makes it a great demonstrator for inertia. Because a very little bit of force makes it move pretty well, right? Now the reason it's so easy to move is because all of that gas coming off of it, you see all the gas coming off that's coming down the side? That gas creates kind of an air pocket between the ice and the table. And that air pocket really reduces friction. Remember we wrote that a second ago. Friction is what stops inertia. So if you can reduce the friction, you can keep the inertia going. Yes?
It's kind of like an air hockey table.
Yeah, it's a lot like an air hockey table. Those little pores in the table push air up, and it gives you a cushion of air between the puck and the table. And so it takes a very little amount of force to make it slide a relatively decent distance. Okay? If you've ever gotten to play with dry ice,
This was fun.
Only once.
you can do this for a really long time. And if I could actually make this table 4 or 5 times longer than it is, I could barely tap it about like that, and it would probably go the entire distance unless it hit something dirty on the table like that spot right there. Very little amount of force, and it's going to keep going. Okay? So, air hockey table, dry ice, same general idea. Now, before I stop here, I'm going to make a quarter sing.
Oh, I've seen this. You put it on metal and it goes like.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, don't touch it with your hand. Touch it.
Iceberg. So close.
That's nice.
Alright. There it goes. You hear it? It's not really singing, it's rattling.
You have to have an ID to buy the
As it rattles, you're actually able, or what's happening is the quarter itself is warmer than the dry ice, and so the air pockets are getting trapped under the quarter and it's making it bounce. And if you do it right, there you go. You get some pretty good vibrations, and those vibrations make the metal piece of the hammer bounce. Grow up. I know it sounds funny, but...
Excuse me. I had to do it once.
Okay, that's amusing enough. Okay. Anyway, this was the last demonstration. Draw a picture of this one. Let's call it dry ice. Go right there. Lots of room right there. And I'll play with this for a minute while you'll draw.
Where do you get that stuff?
You can get it at United. I don't know. I look so old they don't ask.
I would assume you might, because if you do hold dry ice long enough, it will actually burn.
Yeah, it's called a freezer burn, basically.
Can't you get it like from being outside too?
If it's cold enough outside, yes.
That's just frostbite, not sugar icing.
It's made out of carbon dioxide.
It's making like a swirl, that's cool.
Making like a what?
What happens if you put it in water?
Yeah, put it in the water.
This is why I got the paper towels.
Now somebody drink it.
It
is a science experiment.
Alright. With that, folks, listen. Okay, do we have any questions related to inertia at this point? Think we got it?
No way.
Back up. Alright, we are done we're going to go ahead and split the classes back up, and with the time we have remaining,